Good morning, everyone. Good morning, and thank you for joining us for the graduation of the 5th intake of Cloud 10 Scalerator program. I'm Hadia Fathallah, Executive Director of C5. And for those of you who are not familiar with C5, we are a technology, investment, innovation, and acceleration firm based out of London with a presence here in Bahrain and in Washington, D.C. Next month marks 2 years since we launched Cloud 10 in 2016. And we have since graduated 5 intakes from 15 countries and with founders representing 20 nationalities. When we first started in 2016, our first intake was all Bahraini, but today we have a global family in Cloud 10. Our startups have created more than 100 jobs, and we have upskilled more than 15 interns. We today are a cornerstone and a key shaper of Bahrain's startup and entrepreneurship ecosystem. We are very proud of our growth over that short period of time and the network we have built in Bahrain, regionally, and globally, and we are very excited for you to meet Cohort 5 today. High on our rapid growth, and in response to the ecosystem's needs, we launched 2 sister initiatives to complement the work we do at Cloud 10 and more broadly. Nebula, our Women in Tech initiative, aims to inspire and support aspiring women professionals and entrepreneurs to engage and excel in the tech space through mentorship, connectivity, and technology. And we're very excited to announce today that on the 10th of September, we will be hosting an event entitled Men's Role in Supporting Women in the Workplace. A dynamic conversation with His Excellency Sheikh Mohammed bin Isa Al Khalifa, Chairman of Temkeen, His Excellency Zayed bin Rashid Al Zayani, Minister of Commerce, Industry and Tourism, and His Excellency Khalid Al Ramihi, Chief Executive of the Economic Development Board. In concert with that, we also developed Policy Hack, a platform that brings together prominent Bahraini thought leaders and key policymakers and the entrepreneurship community, particularly startups, to discuss policies that impact the innovation and entrepreneurship landscape and ecosystem. Last year, we also launched a cybersecurity lab to capitalize on C5's investment and strategic expertise in the field, and to drive better awareness of cyber threats, encourage the development of unique solutions, and to address the ever-growing need in cyberspace in the Gulf and in the Middle East. None of this would have been possible without the imagination, innovation, and staunch support of the community, and more importantly, our strategic partners. Temkeen, the Labor Fund and the backbone of Bahrain's private sector and workforce, the Economic Development Board, the key economic strategist and driver, and AWS, the world pioneer in cloud and probably the coolest company in the world. This would also not be possible without the C5 team, Badr Sater, Hala Ibrahim, Sarah Dawadi, and our cool all-intern squad, all-girl intern squad. And with that, I'd like to
very much. On behalf of my colleagues at the EDB, delighted to be back at C5 for this, the 5th pitch day for the 5th cohort. It's great to see the momentum that we are experiencing here in Bahrain with the growth of the startup ecosystem. We have our flagship banner, which is Startup Bahrain. There is literally so much going on now, really gaining a lot of traction. And there are lots of events coming up too. We've got our second Tech Week coming up in October. We'll have another Startup Bahrain Week in the spring of next year. And our friends from Temkeen will tell us also about a very important event that's going to be taking place in the first quarter of next year, a global event that we'll have in Bahrain that will really showcase entrepreneurship. So from our perspective, really getting behind organizations like C5 and all the other accelerators is very important. They're the glue that brings the whole startup community together. And what we want to do is to really bring everybody together behind the Startup Bahrain banner so that we build the community even more strongly in Bahrain. We encourage more young entrepreneurs to try and start new businesses here, but also attract more founders, more entrepreneurs, more scale-ups from all around the world to come and use Bahrain as their sandbox to launch their product into the region. I'm looking forward to hearing all the pitches today, but before we do that, I'd like to hand over to Mohammed from Temkeen to say a few words. Where is he?
Thank you very much. Good morning. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to invite you here at the C5 Cloud 10 Scalerator Pitch Day presentation. As you all know, Tamkeen, in collaboration with AWS, C5, and EDB, has established the Scalerator to lay the foundation for tech startups. We are very excited over here. As of today, 28 tech startups have been graduated, 6 more to come as part of the 5th cohort. And on behalf of Tamkeen, I would like to extend a token of appreciation for C5 and strategic partners for organizing this event. And now I'll be handing the mic to my colleague Ahmed.
Thank you, Mohammed. Good morning. We're really excited to be working with startups developing in the region and positioning Bahrain as a leading startup hub. We also look forward to the innovation startups are bringing to the GCC and the rest of the world. We've been working closely with C5 and the startups, offering support in terms of technical support, as well as connecting them with our local professionals and global leadership team. We're very proud partners of C5, along with the EDB and the Economic Development Board and Tamkeen. And last thing I would to say is that startups have put a lot of effort to be ready for this day, and thank you so much.
Thank you, partners, for your introductions. First off, to start the pitching event, we'd like to welcome our friends from Kuwait, the team from Swap.
I hope everyone had their coffee this morning. Do I press it? How many times have your friends depended on you to get Sarah's birthday gift, and you paid all the gift amount, and then suddenly their phones went off? And they simply forget about you. Well, don't you worry, because that's why we created Swap. Good morning, everyone. My name is Abdul Wahab Al-Zankawi, and I'm the co-founder CEO of Swap. So, what is the problem here? We've noticed that in this era, no one carries cash anymore. We always use our cards, right? That's one thing. The other thing, it's an embarrassment to ask for your money back whenever you pitch in for something. That's why Swap allows family and friends to add each other on the application, and then they can send or request money from each other. It's very simple, it's very fast, and you can receive your money within clicks. So, Swap has launched in Kuwait since January, and now because of C5's effort, we're launching in Bahrain as well. So we're looking at a market that is 1.8 million of the young millennials we're targeting. And if we look at our future market, which is KSA and UAE, we're looking at 20 million people who have a bank account, who are young and eager to use this kind of application. So, as I've mentioned, we've launched our MVP in January. So since January until today, we have made more than $60,000 in transactions through Swap. And believe me, this is only with less than $1,000 spent on marketing. So if we launch Swap 2.0, which is our future, we're planning to reach 2,000 transactions daily. 1,000 from Kuwait, 1,000 from Bahrain at least. And later, at a later stage, when we reach this traction, we're going to onboard businesses to help them accept payments from Swap users as well. We're going to eliminate the fees that we already have, and we're going to focus more on our demographics. This is the team. Myself, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I started my first business at 2013. Yusuf Al Faris is our CMO. He created a race that keeps on getting bigger and bigger in Kuwait every year. And our Chief Technology Officer, Mr. Faris Lemhanna, has worked 2 years in tech in one of the biggest FMB companies in Kuwait. So, what do we need? We need the seed investment of 150,000 to help us reach our targets, and we cannot do that without your guidance and support. Thank you so much. Hopefully you can all use Swap in Bahrain very soon. Thank you.
Thank you. Before we move on to the next pitch, if we have any questions that you'd like to ask? Yes.
Yes. Ahlan.
Hi, my name is Alan. I'm from JFH. Two questions, actually.
Yes.
What happened to qualifying your team as the good-looking guys? That's called.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
You removed that. Saudi market.
Yes.
What have you done to understand the Saudi market and how you can gain entry into that?
Yeah, well, what we understand is fintech is hard to penetrate the Saudi market, but still we haven't done any intensive study on the Saudi market yet. We're focusing on Kuwait and Bahrain only for the time being, for at least the next 18 months, and then we'll see.
Very good. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Great. Is there any other questions?
Thank you. Thank you for the great presentation. I wanted to ask, if you eliminate fees, how do you monetize?
Exactly. Okay. So now we're charging service fees from the sender only. This is the MVP in Kuwait. But we want to eliminate that. We want to gain traction to allow businesses to be on board of Swap. So once we allow that, the way that we're going to verify these accounts is through annual fees. So if you're a business and you want to be on board of Swap, there will be annual fees. And of course, through ads and sponsorships inside the application. We're going to create a timeline. So let's say I transferred money to you and I want to post it on the general feed. There's that timeline in Swap that we're going to create in the next version. You can put a sponsored ad and so on. That's how we'll monetize.
Thank you all. Thanks.
Thank you.
Next up, I would like to welcome our next startup, Omati, coming all the way from Canada.
Salam alaikum. I'm Chuck Allen, CEO of Omati. E-commerce sites are incredibly boring. You've got wave after wave of product, and you've got to work your way through all that product to be able to find what you want. There's a reason for it. That technology is over 25 years old. And any changes that have been made in that technology in that 25-year period have been iterative rather than innovative. It's an analog solution in a digital world. Remember what e-commerce looked like 25 years ago, and it doesn't look that much different today except for Omati. So what we did was we created something completely new, something completely different, an innovative solution to e-commerce. What we've done is we've created a virtual store and a virtual replica of a brick and mortar store that every B2B, every B2C retailer is able to now offer their customers the ability to be able to navigate through that virtual store, to look at products in 3D, to have the same experiences that they have in an actual store. And that was the whole genesis for the technology. Why can't we have the same experiences online that we have in the physical store? Our team is incredibly talented and incredibly deep in knowledge and passion. We're skilled in e-commerce, in artificial intelligence, in big data and data analytics, as well as in virtual environments. The online shopping market is huge, and it continues to grow. Doesn't matter where you are in the world, online shopping is a big part of it. Almost 80% of all consumers have bought something online. Over $10 trillion being spent online, and over 10% of all retail is being done online today. The virtual store has been predicted for a long time, for almost 10 years. And why are we able to do that today? Because the technology finally caught up and now allows us to be able to do that. When you look at it, almost 90% of all big company executives are saying that the most important thing in terms of online shopping is the customer experience. 63% of consumers are saying that online virtual stores will have a direct impact on how they shop. And 35% are saying they're going to shop more in a virtual store. Some of the groups that are providing conventional e-commerce have started to recognize this as the big trend. So how do we generate fees? Primarily through our SaaS subscription fees, but we certainly expect to be able to monetize the data as well as our in-store marketing. Our strategy in terms of go-to-market has been focused on being a global technology company and using channel partners. There are thousands of groups out there that build e-commerce sites for retailers, and we plan to use them to be able to grow and to grow rapidly. But geographically, our starting place is in the Gulf region. And why? Because of the demographics within the Gulf region. In terms of sector focus, well, the technology can be used for any kind of store, B2B or B2C. Our initial focus really is grocery, the luxury brands, and furniture. When you compare us to the over 500 companies that are providing e-commerce technology platforms, they really fall into two categories, conventional and the virtual store. On the conventional side, obviously we're heads above them because we're able to provide an actual shopping experience online and allow consumers to be able to shop in a three-dimensional store, and then we're able to extract much better data than they can. And when we compare ourselves to those e-commerce technology providers that are working in the virtual space, we're an order of magnitude ahead of them, primarily because we've been able to not just create a virtual store, but to create a virtual store where people are able to shop and to be able to buy, and the retailer is able to obtain the kind of data that's meaningful to them. Our growth is scalable, primarily because we're a global company and because we're planning on using channel partners. So growth is expected to be very steady. What have we done so far? We built the very first virtual store in the world using a small grocery retailer here in Bahrain. We're in talks with a number of groups, both here in the Gulf region as well as in North America. And the three more names I can add to that list, Al Fataim, Choitrums, and Tiffany from this Gulf region. So we're seeing lots of interest. The challenge for us is to be ready to be able to take on those projects. When somebody says, we're ready to have you build a virtual store, we need to be ready to go. And for that, we need to be able to add team members, we need to continue to be ready for the implementations, and we need to be able to augment our technology. So we're asking for 500,000 sales. We don't know what an exit's going to look like for us, but we know the kinds of companies that will be looking at us and our technology because we're so far ahead of everybody in terms of creating that virtual store technology platform. So just to wrap it up, you've got a great team. You've got a team that knows what they're doing and has built a virtual store technology platform that's going to change online shopping, both for the retailers as well as for the consumers. Thanks.
The bulk of e-commerce transactions are moved to a mobile form factor. And to what extent does the mobile form factor preclude a lot of the advantages that 3D virtual shopping provides?
You know what? The online store, as the virtual store as we built it, is capable of being viewed on any device. So smartphone, tablet, as well as PC. Obviously, it's smaller, but it's still a 3D environment. And so the technology itself comes out of the gaming space, and all you have to do is walk around any of the malls around here, and you see kids playing games on their phones. So people are using that, and we'll be able to use that 3D environment as well. Yes.
So do you have actual product right now? The software?
Well, the technology is completely created. So we've got all aspects of the technology, both the front end that creates the virtual store, as well as the back end, where we extract that data and do data analytics and then can personalize the shopping experience. So it will be used by retailers. So the retailer that normally has an online store, instead of having the digital catalog, will convert to creating a virtual store.
So you have actual product to sell?
We're not the retailer. We're the technology company. So we work with the retailers throughout the Gulf region and throughout the world to be able to provide them with a technology that allows them to be able to sell more. Pardon me?
Is the software ready?
The software is ready.
Okay,
Software is completely ready.
Thank you very much for that. Can we get a round of applause for?
Yeah. Thank you.
Next up, we have BorrowBlob coming in from UAE.
Hi, good morning everyone. My name is Zain. That's our blob. And that's Antonio. Now, that's Antonio's mom. Antonio just bought his mom a new flat. Would you like to know how he did it? Simple, just by renting out his camera kit. Let's see what his mom's flat looks like. Cozy one. So what's the problem then? Well, as Airbnb founder has said, that there are about 80 million power drills being bought, which are being used an average of 13 minutes in their lifespan. And that's where the problem is, that we still keep buying items that we're barely going to use. Now, what that does is that it encourages, an environment of, a condition of accumulating stuff, hoarding things. And why? Because we have conventional renting options. We don't have a lot of options where we can go rent stuff that we need for a short period of time. These are the current solutions that we have right now, rental shops, which are about 40 to 50% more expensive, borrowing from your friends, your family, people in your network, or online groups and forums like Facebook groups and things like that, or you can just borrow items. That does not give you a lot of variety, and accessibility is a problem. So, we've come up with BorrowBlob. BorrowBlob aims to be an Airbnb for all items and services, where users can essentially rent or share items with one another. This makes it more accessible, more economical, and of course you get a wider variety of choices. It's a platform you can use where both parties, it's a win-win for both parties. You get to earn some and you get to save some. So, most of us have a laundry stand that started life as a treadmill, or when we decide to get adventurous and bought a camping gear with a generator, or the photo bug that made us buy the DSLR. Well, now you can monetize items like those that are just sitting at home and you're not using them as much. You can monetize them for actual cash through our platform. How do you do it? Simple. You sign up, you log on, search for an item, search for the one closest to you, agree on a price with the renter through the instant messaging app within our platform, and you start renting. That's what it looks like. You see the map and everything. And how do you put up your products? Easy peasy. All you have to do is upload your product, set the available rent and your dates, and you start earning. How does BorrowBlob get from all this? What do we gain from all this? Commissions on transactions, premium listing, featured posts, and of course, monthly charge for businesses to list on our platform. Any rental shops that have small items can rent on our business, can rent can list on our platform as well. Now, this is what our competition landscape looks like. I say regional, but it's more local to UAE at the moment. We've got Rentitude, Tenerit, NextWish, and you can see all the areas where we are aiming to be better, and we are better than the competition that we have right now. We are looking at the whole GCC, and this is as good as we are right now. Now, this concept has been proven, not in this region, but in other regions it has been proven. And we have example of Fat Llama, which started in 2016, raised $150,000 in 2016, had 25,000 items listed by 2017. Users are saying they're earning about £5,000 monthly through using this platform, by using this platform. In 2018, early 2018, this year, they raised about $10 million and have started operations in the US. This is how we plan to achieve the same kind of growth, through referral programs, partnership with existing rental companies, local publications like Time Out magazines that give you city insights, and of course, social media. The team that's going to be achieving all of this, myself, Zaid, my co-founder, and of course our chief techie, Javed, who has launched 4 successful e-commerce platforms. Now, this is what we are asking for. $200,000 for the next 18 months. What are we going to be using it for? Marketing and customer acquisition, integrating technology and adding security measures, enhanced security measures, web development, process automation, and a general upkeep of the platform. All this is going to help us scale into the region, Bahrain, then Saudi, and Kuwait. It's not that hard, and we will get it done. Thank you. Yeah.
So a couple of questions, really.
Sure.
One is, do you curate the products that get listed on your marketplace?
Oh, sorry?
Do you curate the products
No, we
that
don't.
you don't?
No, we don't. We leave it with the users themselves.
Okay, then how do you sort of take care of the network effects resulting from people who would want to rent things for themselves, where the quality suffers because you're not curating it?
Yeah. Okay, so it's simple. I mean, obviously, you've got the item photos, and we verify before anything goes up, right? Yeah. Okay, if that sends, yeah, we do verify any product and the user itself that goes up and posts anything on our platform. And then once we understand that, okay, the product is fine and everything is good, that's when we approve the listing. So we do that. But otherwise, yes, the product does stay with the user. We're not having a warehouse option where we are, sort of keeping the products with ourselves. Yes.
I think the product will not stay same level of quality and service, so you might check it first time. But
Those are things that we are planned for the future, where we can keep the item with us once we have in-house delivery, so we can pick up the item, verify the item, check it, and then dispatch it. But we don't have an in-house delivery just as yet. We have a third-party delivery that's doing it.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, everyone.
Next up, we have Enasij, a Bahraini-based startup.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Yasser, and I misplace my keys very often. So I was looking for a solution online, and I found the smart lock system. But it takes 14 days to arrive from the US, and costs $45 alone for shipping. So I searched again, trying to find it from a local store in Bahrain online, but I found nothing. Similarly goes to many other items. Because actually across the MENA region, we have 85% of the vendors without online presence. In a market where $50 billion online purchases were done in 2017, 90% of that were done across borders, not locally. Similarly in Bahrain, we have 90,000 trade vendors registered with us, However, only 100 have their online presence for their own reasons. They need to have the technical knowledge to develop the e-commerce page. They need time, money, people to work on maintaining, updating, and operating the website, online payment gateway, logistics solutions, and all that will sum up to a very high cost that vendors are not willing to pay. However, if they sign up with ENA Siege, easily, freely, they can have all those issues resolved instantly. ENA Siege, where unparalleled categories of products are available. We are a business-to-customer online marketplace, but not any marketplace. How can we get all these products with us? What's unique about us? What's different about us? We have a special feature with us, which is point-of-sale integration feature, where we reached from 0 to 10,000 items within the past 3 months on our platform because of this feature. We go to the shop, we integrate their point-of-sale system. By this feature, the vendors are always updated, up to date. New items are automatically added, and out-of-stock items are removed. So this is how super fast our process is on onboarding vendors. On day 1, our sales will close the deal. On day 2, we will integrate the POS system. On day 3, we will match all the images with the list by using ENA Siege Magic Tool and the vendor's app. And in 3 days, the vendor will go from fully offline to operational online platform store ready to be functional. So who is behind all this idea and features? Of course, we have Ali, our IT developer and founder, who developed Textgram app with 40 million downloads and Instagram downloader app with 20 million downloads, and now he's working on ENA Siege. We have Muhammad, our general manager, and with digital marketing experience, who did for Lexus and Toyota, and he has his own marketing agency right now. Myself in public relations, Mahmoud in operations, and Jaber in business development. We have our competitors, regional and local. We are starting locally in Bahrain, and the local competitors, many of them are specific in separate categories and limited number of products. In the spectrum of having everything and the fast and cheap delivery, we envision ENA Siege in that quarter. With the help of our POS integration system, we can achieve a fast growth rate of products listed in our platform. So what we have done so far, our website is ready. We integrated it with a third-party courier. We have 60% success rate of prospects approached. We have 25 signed up vendors. We have more than 10,000 items available on our platform right now. Our business model works commission from sales from vendors, add-on services from vendors, delivery charges from customers. For us, it's very critical to have a strong marketing plan for such type of business. We plan to have a sponsored Instagram and Google AdWords during our soft launch. Then during our official launch, we plan to add influencers on social media, broadcasts, and YouTube videos. And during the post-launch, we have to go intense in marketing with the street ads, billboards, light poles to give authenticity to the brand. We are asking for $130K US for us to grow our team, have more employees in sales and IT, to enhance and make it more efficient delivery system and faster delivery system, and to implement our ambitious marketing plan within the next 1.5 years to dominate Bahrain. In summary, we have a unique concept of POS integration system, which leads us to a very fast growth rate in items-wise as a number, led by our energetic, knowledgeable, and passionate team to make our future vision happen and reality. We are asking for $130K US. Thank you very much and looking forward to meeting you.
Do you have any?
We can negotiate. Yeah. Our evaluation is $300,000.
Thank you for the presentation. I'm very much interested to know how do you convince the vendors to open their stores on your marketplace? I mean, in consideration of the competition that you're facing. And I would want to know the funding that you're requesting for. What do you require it for exactly? What is your future plans? Which was not very clear in the presentation.
Sure. Actually, we have a very high transfer rate from our vendors because of they see it working in front of their eyes and the easiness of transferring. We don't take time, we don't take effort out of them. We tell them within 3 days you are ready to sell online. So they will, and they have to lose nothing. There's no sign-up fees, and we provide them with the POS linkage or the free POS system. They only have to pay a percentage per sale. As if we market for them and they make sales, then they pay us for that. Otherwise, they don't. And our future plan within the next 1.5 years will be to take 2 more employees into sales, 2 more employees into IT, where the POS integration happens. We need more people and employees into that. We want to enhance our delivery system, where we can have our own vehicles, where we can deliver faster and more efficiently, and to implement our explained marketing plan throughout the 1.5 years. Yeah.
Thank you, Mohammed. Thanks for that. Next up, we have Users Proof coming to us all the way from Jordan.
Hi, my name is Mohammed from Users Proof. We help companies to increase their online revenue by testing their apps and websites with testers who provide video, audio, and written feedback. Those videos are analyzed by user experience scientists.
Sorry, can you just switch on the mic here?
The problem is very huge. In business, revenue counts the most. User experience can make you lose customers or gain them. For example, based on our test, Namshi.com, they lose 30% of their customer in KSA because they thought there is no cash on delivery. To solve this problem, we ask our testers to go to e-commerce website to buy black t-shirt, for example. Testers will record their screen while with audio and written feedback. We analyze this video to find user experience problems. Users proof shown small traction. We conducted 25 tests. We have more than 600 testers, and we make more than $5,000. Users proof trusted from many clients, from banking like Al Ahli Bank in Jordan to e-commerce like Namshi.com and many other regional clients. We have 3 revenue streams. First one, direct sales, where our client can subscribe to our self-service and create their test and launch it. The second one, consultation, where we can create the test on behalf of our clients. The third is affiliation, where we help our clients to hire user experience experts. For direct sales, we price per tester, and for consultations, we have monthly subscription packages. We are a social aware company. We help unemployed people to make money from home, and we have Arabic educational content to help the freelancers to compete online. The team, myself, Mohammed Lahlouh, I am the technical. My responsibility to keep the system and service works well. I worked in Yahoo and OpenSouq before. Muhammad Abu Musa, he is sales and venture development. He started 4 startups before, and he works as marketing and sales in many other companies. And Majd Farahat, he is our product manager. He makes sure we build the best feature with the minimal cost. Also, we have one users proof designed to scale, where our client can create the test with their own using our ready-to-use testing templates, and we can replicate into any market with any language. The competition is healthy. User testing is the leader in the world. It's raised $50 million. In the Middle East, we have only 2 competitors, RBBI from Dubai and UXperts Lab in Saudi Arabia. But those 2 competitors provide only consultation service, and they don't have a tester platform and self-service system. We validated the problem and create our MVP, and we are ready now to sell. We are asking for 200,000 USD. We will use it for marketing, sales, product development, and team development. Based on our financial projection, we estimate to make $500,000 after 18 months, and our average monthly burn rate is $9,000. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do we have any questions? Any questions from Hamid? Okay, thank you, Mohammed. Thank you. And our lastly, our last startup is WeYak, hoping to change the way that we purchase medicines.
Yeah. To all patients in Bahrain, GCC, and MENA region, you are not alone in your therapy trip. We thought about you, we care about you, and we alongside you. We are WeYak, and through WeYak, you can find all your medication in single app. Good morning, everyone. My name is Ahmed Said. I'm a founder and CEO of WeYak. The GCC region has serious issue when you come to the healthcare. Patients are not be able to find all their medication in single pharmacy. Recurring medical orders require you to go to pharmacy and to stay along queues to get your medicine. Most pharmacies are not be able to open 24 hours. That's why we designed our application to help all people to search all their pharmaceutical product and to upload their prescription and get delivered the medicine to their home. But before to upload your prescription and get your medicine, we have first to validate your profile. Bahrain regulates the medical industry through NHRA, National Health Regulatory Disease Authority. And as part of this regulation, we have first to validate your profile by uploading your CBR, upload your insurance card, and to receive video call. That after receiving video call and we validate your profile, you can enjoy now to receive your medicine through our delivery service. And really, we thank C5 Capital and C5 Accelerator team that helped us a lot to get approval from NHRA about the medicine delivery, and we got it successfully. Our mission to make the patient-doctor cycle short through close the loop between doctor, patient, and pharmacy. But to achieve this objective, we have 3 phases. First phase, we have patients are able to upload their prescription and get delivered the medicine direct to their home. And second phase, all patients can booking doctor appointment through the application. And finally, doctor prescription delivered directly to the home. How? Any hassles both on the patient. Our revenue coming from 4, commission from pharmacy for each transaction, and delivery charge from customer, doctor yearly subscription, and finally customer yearly subscription. We have opportunity in full market for full GCC country. In Bahrain, we have 170 pharmacy, which generate yearly $130 million, And we aiming to achieve only 1% for first year by end of 2019, which $1.3 million. In January 2019, we have a large opportunity to get 400,000 users more. When Bahrain issued a new law that able to all patients or all citizens to use get the treatment from the private hospital and clinic, and the possibility to use the pharmacies, which is our rule here to deliver the medicine to their home. We have international player and national and one local competitor. They started from 2015 with raised $2.6 million, and finally in 2017 they raised $70 million for Series B. And when we come to Saudi Arabia, we have one competitor. It's called Seidel. Seidel, they have their own store, so they didn't fill the gap in the market because they have the same problem, which is they have the pharmacy, but they removed the signboard and put it inside their store. So, but through our application, we're cooperating with all pharmacy in the local pharmacy in the country. And today, we have registered with us 7 pharmacies, and we have over 2,000 products already registered in our application. And we are on second place in Walmart Power Summit, and we one of the 12 shortlisted applicants in Beachhead Palace. My team. Reem Adel, she's co-founder. She's a pharmacist in charge in Ministry of Health, and she had 2 years experience in international, multinational companies called Eli Lilly. Myself, I have 4 years experience in healthcare industry, which is in multinational company. One is called Novalac, and the other one is GSK, GlaxoSmithKline. And my back-end team is based in Egypt, handled HR and IT and digital marketing. Finally, our ask. We're asking $600,000 for investment to complete our solution as IT and to invest more in marketing and sales, and want to access for next 18 months in Saudi Arabia and UAE and Bahrain. Thank you.
Thank you, Ahmed. I have a question.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mike, I have a few questions. One, why you're involving other pharmacies when you can buy yourself and act as a pharmacy and keep the margin and distribute?
Exactly.
Because it's standard products anyway.
Yes.
And you can buy them wholesale as long as you're a pharmacy. The second one is how you're going to deliver them. Are you going to outsource or are you going to do it? And if in this environment, hot environment, these are medicines, so you cannot keep them for long hours in normal car or something. So you have to assure the quality of that delivery service.
Yeah,
so how are you going to deal with it?
Yeah, first things, our main problem in the market is availability. And when we come to a single pharmacy, so it's the same problem it will be. So why we are cooperating with all pharmacies? Because we want to make sure all product in the market available in our application. So all people can search if we don't have in our store our product or the product you are looking for, so you can find in separate pharmacy or at any other pharmacy from your area. This is the first one. That's why we are putting or cooperating with all pharmacies inside. And we have also our plan to have our store, but it's we are not avoid the cooperation with the pharmacy because we want to solve the main problem, that is the availability. And other things for the delivery, this one it will be covering from our side because it's part of the regulations that we have to take a full responsibility to deliver the medicine through the conditions, which is the certain degree of the medicines and all of that. And we have also to deliver the medicine to the person who are registered with us, and that's why we are validating them by uploading CBR and insurance card and receiving video call to protecting you and protect your family.
So that's when you have to have a special vehicle.
Yes.
You have to have your own vehicle.
Yes.
You have to have many of them to be able to serve the whole market. So how are you going to meet this challenge? The
For the delivery challenge, okay. We have three applications. That one is for driver, one for vendor, and one for user. So for the driver part, they will have already their application. So once the user will request the order, that will going direct. What do you mean? Yeah, I want to know more.
How do you finance all this fleet of cars, okay, and be profitable?
Yeah.
You need a special vehicle.
Yes, we have two here revenue. Commission from pharmacies for each transaction, and the other one delivery charge from the patient. So now if I'm taking already both from commission from pharmacy and delivery charge from the patient. So now we can govern all the transactions from for all delivery. Hope to, yeah, hopefully. To
buy so many cars, or you can outsource?
we cannot outsource any driver because it's a part of the regulation. So we have to own our cars. It's not cars, it's maybe also motorcycle, because already we find something like icebox or something that will keep the condition of the medicine safe and deliver within the quality and everything safety to the patient in general. So it's not only for cars, we have also motorcycle. Supply medicine and general item, over-the-counter items. Over-the-counter items, which is mean mommy cares, diapers, baby milk, vitamins, and all of that. Sorry?
It applies to all the SKUs at the pharmacy. But the pharmacy, 90% of it is not medicine.
Yeah, and I told you we have two kinds of delivery. We have general item, which is vitamins and all O2C, and medicines.
The regulation applies on all the SKUs in the pharmacy?
Yes, and yeah, for medicine and all. Yeah, the problem here in the medicine, not in the general item. General item we can deliver by any condition, but the problem here is the medicines part, and already we discussed with NHRA, and we are waiting for the written approval, as we did already, and we got it the approval, verbal approval from NHRA. No, we can't discuss. We can't discuss. Yeah, yeah, more than 20%. Insignificant. What do you mean? No. How much I take?
What you sell will be regulated in terms of delivery, and how much is general item and is not regulated.
Okay. As you told me now, there is 90% in the pharmacy, which is not medicine. So it's not exactly 90. Yeah, okay. So it's not exactly 90%, it's 70%. 70% in the pharmacy is general item and 30% is a medicine. So now you have 70% for general item you can deliver without any regulations and without anything. Okay, and now you have 30%, which is when we come to the medicine, that we must to deliver through us.
Okay, this answers your question.
I think my question
minimizes the investment dramatically. You need it only for the prescription item. 70% of it can go over there.
No, but let me tell you something else. Why we are focused for medicines? Because we have already chronic patients that when we come to here and find 500,000 people, there is in the market in Bahrain, there is 200,000 people, chronic patients, that is we have to deliver to them every month their medication. And when we come the minimum transaction for the chronic patient, it will be like $70 BD. So imagine 200,000 people, they are using like minimum 70 BD, and you can try to calculate and everything, and you give me the profit, which is we will take.
Can I interject here?
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. I think you're doing
Thank
a great
you.
job. I think the fact that you responded and you
Thank you.
got approval from the regulator, that's superb.
Thank you so much.
Right? So I think you're doing a great job.
Tell me.
Now, you mentioned somewhere that you're going to validate that the recipient is truly the person that have registered in the application. Did you mention that?
Yeah. Exactly here.
Right. Okay. So at the point of delivery, you're going to validate that you're responsible to say
Mhm.
the actual requester has received the medicine. Are you going to do that?
No, I didn't get your question exactly. Yeah.
To conclude the regulation requirement, So that's fine. You have, at the end, when you deliver the product, you have to hand it over to the requester, to the patient.
Yeah.
who is registered in the application.
Yes, yeah. To the patient who is registered in our application.
That's correct.
Yeah, that's why we validated them.
So how do you do that? How do you confirm?
That is the patient is the same.
How do you
Yeah.
check that?
Okay. So we have here two kind of profile. We have family profile and the single profile. For family profile, you can allow anyone to take your or to receive your medicine from us, or and there is a consent form that when we come into your home and you see that we have to validate from the driver that consent form, you are the person you have a right to receive the medicine and everything for the person. And exactly the other side, that the photo you have already uploaded and with us, that will showing to the driver, so he will see you face to face and give you the medicine to the right person.
That's superb. I mean, that's significant. That's superb.
Thank you. Yeah.
I have a comment. I think there may be some other value-added services that you might want to incorporate. For example, you could even have alerts reminding people when to take their medicine, or alerts when to renew subscriptions that could build your relationship with the consumer base.
We have a lot of things that when we come to the final stage is when the e-prescription sent direct from doctor to the pharmacy, and we can handle it directly, so you cannot go into the pharmacy. And from here, that surface is there is a subscription for the customer, because you are no need to go to the pharmacy, no need to upload your prescription, so we can send direct the medicine to your home without any hassle to you, from the doctor to the pharmacy.
Thank you very much, Ahmed. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And now we'd like to.
Thank you all for listening. That was, I hope, as exciting for you as it was for me. We're going to move to the last part of this event and the graduation of our startups. Badr, will you come and introduce them? Can I invite the partners to come up here, Simon, if you don't mind? Mohammed and Ahmed.
So first up, we're going to be calling our startups up in order as they presented. So first up, we'd like to welcome Swap team. Yes, you. Great. Next up, we have the Amati team. Great, thank you. Next up, we have the team from Boroblob. Great. And next up, we have the team from Ina Siege. And next up, we have the team from Users Proof. And lastly, we have Wiak. Thank you. Can we ask our startups to come up on the stage so we have a group photo, please? Please feel free to get tea, coffee, and to have a chat with the startups once they're done.
Thank you all again for coming. We encourage you to hang out a little longer, meet the startups if you'd like to. If you'd like to arrange any follow-up meetings, please let Badr know. Also, there's still some very delicious looking breakfast, so please help yourselves. Thank you all again for coming.